Hello YouTube land, welcome to my inspirational and fun channel. And this content today is gonna be more of a inspirational. First thing, I have my new jewelry, so I got my fix fulfilled earlier today. I am in the parking lot of Walmart right now, and I'm gonna open it up and show you all it right quick before I go into what I want to talk about this afternoon. How is your Saturday today? Okay, while I am opening up my package with these scissors, these some wow scissors, y'all. um I just want to talk about one of the things is I want to start going live, and I'm sure I have to figure it out. And I go live in my Facebook group, so I'm sure it shouldn't be too hard going live on YouTube, but I'm going to give it a shot. But anyway, let me hurry up and show y'all this, and then I'm going to go into the reason why I uploaded this video today. This is my jewelry from Paparazzi. I got my fix, y'all. I needed me some more jewelry, some bold jewelry. I call this my bold jewelry. And the earrings are bold as well. And yeah, I'm very happy. Shout out to my dear friend Nancy Collins. She's one of my reps that I go to. I also buy from my cousin Miriam Money Q. Shout out to her if she's watching this video. And this is the Paparazzi company that I support. And I buy my jewelry from all over, not just from Paparazzi. Okay, so I'm going to go into the topic that I want to talk about today. Um, it's been a lot of channels I've been following that's been towards, they talk about relationships and things like that. And I am uh, happily to be able to admit that I have been married for 5 years. I'm a newlywed, and very happy with my husband. But I want to talk about something that happened a few years before I met my husband. Um, my second divorce was in 2005. And so I left Chicago and moved to another city. And I moved my youngest three kids. My oldest daughter, she was 16 at the time, and she didn't desire to go through the big move. So I didn't force her to go through the big move. And her dad was already in our lives on a regular basis. I mean, he was awesome, still is. So we had no problem with agreeing for her to just move in with him instead of me forcing her to move to a city that she didn't know anything about, and she didn't want to know anything about it. 16-year-olds, it's harder for them to adjust to a new school, new churches, and new everything. So, it was no problem for him to just let her live with him. I mean, she was already there every weekend. She already had her own room in his home and everything. And he had a stable woman in his life. So I didn't have those type of worries. So moving on, we moved on to a new city and everything. And I had told myself one thing that I was not going to do was to get involved with any ex-cons. I was done. And I'm not saying that I had a lot of ex-cons. Now, first of all, uh, none of my children father, except for one, uh, was a ex-con. Okay. But without me going into great details of the things I went through, I promised myself that I was not going to date anybody that even gave me a hint that they had been in any trouble with the law at all, whether it was a misdemeanor, or actual felony, or whatever. I was not going to go there, you know. And I had told myself that I was going to stay single for as long as God needed me to be single so I can heal from the second marriage that I had endured and divorce that I was still painfully getting over at the time when I made this move. So anyway, I say like a year or so after I had moved to this new city, there was a guy that let me know that he had been watching me. And when he finally, I guess, got the courage to talk to me, he made himself known and everything. And wouldn't you believe that this guy actually favored the second husband that I had divorced? I mean, they both were light skinned. He was a little slimmer, but his features look like he could have been his brother, y'all. Okay, so that was the one thing that God had set up for me to be a turn off, other than the fact I had told myself that I was not going to get involved with nobody who had any type of past record or whatever. And at this time, I didn't know nothing about him. So anyway, um, he had been watching me for a while, and even after he approached me and talked to me and everything, I still didn't give in to giving up my phone number or nothing like that. I was very reserved because of the promises that I made myself. And so one day he decided he was going to try again. And so this particular day, uh, to be nice, I went on ahead and gave him my number. I said, you know what, to myself, it's best that I go ahead and face my fears and not waste this guy time. I wanted him to just go ahead and, just go ahead and talk, get it out. um, and I was going to be fair to him, go ahead and hear him out and everything. And so I'm thinking to myself, even if he's this guy that don't have a record or anything, I'm not going to give him a chance because he looked too much like my ex. Okay, but I didn't want to just say no flat out without giving him a fair chance because I felt like it was unfair that I was judging him based on him looking like my ex. Okay, so and in case you all getting my story mixed up, my oldest daughter dad, he was not my second husband. He's not my ex. Okay, this is somebody. My ex-husband, I had no children by him at all. Okay, so it has nothing to do with anybody I have children by. I just want to throw that out there. So anyway, my point is, when we talked on the phone, he had shared with me that he was going through one of those halfway homes that was set up from a church, and he had just got out of prison, and I was thinking to myself, oh, here we go. And so I said, so what was you in jail for? And so he said, I had robbed a gas station. And so I was like, you robbed a gas station. I mean, again, I already knew his resume had threw in the garbage. Okay, I already this was just proof. I already knew I wasn't gonna be with him because he looked like my ex. But now he has confirmed that he was a ex-con indeed, even though he was trying to get his life together, which was good, you know. But I knew he wasn't the right guy for me. But I continued to interview him since he wanted my time. Okay, so I was like, so uh what did you use? I'm joking around, right? I'm like, would you use a rifle or something? He was like, no. I said, well, you used a pistol? He was like, no. So I'm like, well, you used a knife or something? He was like, no. I'm like, my God, how in the world did you rob the gas station and you didn't have a rifle, a pistol, or a knife? You didn't have nothing. What the heck did you have? And you know what he told me? He said he had nothing. Let that sink in for a few seconds, y'all. He said he had nothing. So I was like, how did I said, you served time in prison, right? He said, yeah. I said, how in the world do you serve prison time? You had nothing. He said, because I robbed the gas station. I said, so how did you rob the gas station? And you didn't have nothing. And he said, it was just my mouth. He said, my mouth, I used my mouth and I was able to rob the gas station. And so at that point, I didn't care if I hurt his feelings. Now, don't get me wrong, I could have just hung up on him, but I did have enough respect for him because he did share that with me and he didn't have to. Well, he should. Okay, but he did. And I said, well, getting back to you and I having any possibilities of getting together, I told him, first of all, I made a promise to myself a couple of years ago after my divorce that I was not going to get involved with anybody who had been in trouble with the law. And I said, so I don't want you to think that it's just you. I already made that promise to myself that I'm going to stick with. I said, second of all, without me judging you, you basically just let me know that if you ever decided to go back to a lifestyle of crimes, not only do I have to worry about you going back to that lifestyle, but then I have to worry about your mouth being a weapon, your words that come out of your mouth being so sharp that it can be used as a weapon. Not saying that nobody's words that come out of their mouth can't be a weapon, because we all can go there with our tongues, okay? The Bible talks about it all the time. But when you have actually experienced life and you know that you're capable of using your words to rob a gas station and then be found guilty and then serve time in prison, I said, as a woman of my nature, I'm the type of woman that needs to be loved in every way. Verbally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. I'm not a woman that can handle being abused verbally or any type of way. I said, there's no way in the world I could get involved with a man that is capable of putting me through that. I just got a warning that my phone is very hot, so I'm not going to be able to talk very long. But my point to y'all is I had to hang up, and he understood, and I did it in a very dignified way, and he still had his dignity when I was done. And he said, I perfectly understand what you're saying. He said, I respect how you feel. He said, and thank you for at least hearing my story and giving me a chance to talk. He said, unfortunately, it is my story. And he said, every woman I get involved with from here on, I promise to tell her the whole truth. He said, because it should be y'all choice. If y'all want to give me a chance or not. He said, I don't want to keep no secrets. I don't want to I don't want to lead no woman to thinking I'm perfect. And then you get involved with me and you find out my past. And I told him, yes, you owe that to anybody you come in contact with. The right one, if you have really, really changed forever, the right woman you will meet, and she will still accept you. She will take a chance. She will walk by faith and not by sight. But me, myself, because of the promise I made to myself, I am going to stick with it forever, for the rest of my life. Even if I never, ever get married again, if I never, ever date another man again in my life, my lifetime, I plan to stick with the promises that I made myself. I have set those boundaries for myself when it comes to relationships, and I will not bite my tongue for the rest of my life. And so after that, we hung up. Like the video if you all forgot to like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And thank you for my new subscribers. And thank you for my old subscribers. And I just want y'all to just remember that there is power in the tongue. And be careful when you choosing a mate. Whether it's a temporary mate or a long-term mate, be careful, because even the temporary mates might turn into somebody long-term, might be somebody that you might dig after all, so it's just best not to get involved with nobody on a temporary basis, because if you pick somebody that's not right and you end up falling in love with them, guess what? You're going to end up being stuck with somebody that's not right for what? A time frame that it's just gonna go down the drain eventually. So you wasting your life, your time that you'll never get back. You know what I'm saying? It's never too late to get out of a bad relationship, but why get into a bad relationship? Pay attention to the red flags, y'all. And my video is not nothing against ex-cons, so please, anybody who have a past, don't take this video the wrong way. All I'm saying is I had to learn from my past mistakes, from the people I chose to give a chance to that failed me. Okay. And so if you are an ex-con, just take it just like that. Pray about it. Make sure you're honest with the person that you want to get involved with. Make sure they know everything. Don't leave nothing out. Make sure they make a choice to be with you no matter what. Not because they was led to believe something that's not true. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe again. I love you all. Bye.